All right, folks, welcome to the channel. Always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up and strap in. I got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows or sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. And friends, buckle up, strap in, hold on to your hats and glasses. We got another barn burner to unpackage today. Congratulations to everybody who gets in front of this, staying forward thinking, critical thinking, thinking for themselves, actually unpackaging some moto news that actually makes sense, not a bunch of fluff. Insanity, this stuff. The realities are this, friends. A1 is right around the corner, and let me just tell you, man, this is going to be insanity. Absolute insanity. This is going to be a historic season, to say the least. I mean, we have just came out of a gnarly global health crisis and lockdown, where the economy just got way too red hot, and now it's about to crash. We're going to see teams and riders get just completely blindsided by the economy. This is going to be so insane on so many levels. We see the industry now, the body of the sport, completely reaching for straws, blocking people from doing races, blocking other events from even trying to get riders to come do the races. Everybody's in desperation mode right now. There's just going to be insanity. Let's just leave it there. There's going to be absolute insanity. But even with that aside, one thing you can always bank on, Anaheim won. Like Ricky said, I love the saying, you can't win the championship at Anaheim 1. Oh, but you can certainly lose it, and many riders are going to be losing it at Anaheim 1. Anybody that finishes outside the top 10, your season is done. Done. And I definitely expect that to be this season. Unless it was back in like the Bubba era, where that dude could come from last place and then lap the whole field again. This is going to be absolute insanity. I think this year we're going to have an absolute barn burner. I think we're going to see some careers launched, and we're going to see some careers ended, quite possibly right at the first race of Anaheim 1. So who's hot and who's not? Well, let's talk about who's not hot. I'm going to tell you some of the top factory guys that got paid way too much money, and they sandbagged, and they're at big risk of their careers being ended this season. And Anaheim 1 is going to be, it's put up or shut up time. We're going to see who did their homework in the offseason or not. And I'll tell you one thing, we've talked about this before. I believe Cooper Webb is not looking like he's anything. Like, I just don't see any kind of urgency out of Cooper Webb like I saw when he moved to that KTM ride initially and came out of nowhere and had that confidence level. I think Cooper Webb, you are not hot, my friend. You are in big trouble. Second, I think another massive question mark, and it could be a make or break season for is Adam Cianciarulo, bro. I don't know about you, dude. I don't know. I want to be proven wrong, because I think he's a great dude. Like, I will be cheering for Cianciarulo, but if I'm betting, you're not getting any of my money, Cianciarulo. Third, and certainly not least, is Ferrandis. Ferrandis is like this, I don't know, man, this sleeper kind of, because he's got bike skills, tremendous bike skills. He's aggressive too, and he's like the dude you don't trust. You know, it's always like the dude, the quiet guy that never talks, that you got to worry about. You're like, God, that guy's kind of quiet. He never talks, and all of a sudden he snaps, right, and goes off. Ferrandis kind of has that vibe for me, but I think Ferrandis, I don't know. I'm not sold on Ferrandis quite yet, but I think if I was going to put money on Webb, Cianciarulo, or Ferrandis, my money would probably be going on Ferrandis out of those three. Barcia, another dude that just, he has never quite put it together. Has a good race here and there, but here and there doesn't get it done. And here's the kicker. These are all highly paid factory riders, and we could keep going. Plessinger, another wild card guy. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me to go see him do some races, but I don't think the dude puts a whole season together. And these are all riders, like I said, if you finish outside the top 10 at Anaheim 1, your season is done. And all these riders, in my opinion, this is the time. You better have a career season. Almost everybody lining up on the gate this year better have a career season. Well, who's hot then? Who would you put your money then on, Walty? Well, of course, the no-brainer is Tomac. Tomac, clearly, he raced the off-season events. He looked good doing it. He was everything you would expect out of Tomac. He's not this flashy dude. He's like a blue-collar, just a blue-collar rider. He works hard. He doesn't have any flashy bike skills, but for some reason, the dude just goes fast and finds an extra gear when he has to, but he rides well within his capability. You never see him throw caution to the wind like you'll see a lot of other riders do. Then we can't forget about Kenny Boy Roczen. Kenny Boy Roczen's a bigger question mark. Like, I don't know what to say about Kenny Boy at the moment. Like, I will be definitely cheering for Kenny Boy. He won the offseason, clearly. He was the most polarized topic that we talked about in the offseason. But anytime you change brands this late in the game, especially when he's flirting with satellite teams now, like Twisted Tea, Suzuki, I think that just kind of really, like, personally, I would have never leaked footage of that whole mess unless my deal was actually signed. And the only way I sign that deal, if it's retirement style money, meaning I never have to race again after I race that bike, because that bike could in fact be the kiss of death for him. It's just a bad situation. I think Suzuki would have been much better off going off after a high caliber rider, but maybe not necessarily Roczen. But I certainly don't blame him for doing that. But Roczen's hot right now. I think given the right bike, like his off-season Honda, I think he could come in there and be a podium guy and in the points chase, and with a little luck end up being the top dog again. It would be insanity to see that. Now let's talk about the biggest ball drop of the whole entire season. This is, I believe, the biggest rider that we won't get to see on the track, that should have been on the track, is Ryan Dungey. I believe KTM, you can have Muskin, you can have Webb, you can have Blessinger. I would trade all three of those guys for Ryan Dungey. I don't care if Dungey was my only rider. I would pick him over those other three riders. Dungey, for one, he's just his market. He's so marketable. He's such a good look for any team. He's such a good guy in the pits. He's like if you look up motocross rider in the dictionary, picture of Dungey. I mean, the dude was on the box of Wheaties. How did you not bring him back out? I know for the right amount. I know for the right amount of money, he would have came out. What you're paying those other three riders, you probably could have got Dungey for half and forced him back out on the track. It's a shame that we're not going to get to see Dungey out there. At least it's like never say never, but at the moment he's done, and I don't blame him. It might have been a situation where he wanted to race. He's saying he was good after the outdoors. He did what he needed to do, but he could have just been saying that. We don't know for sure what was going on behind closed doors. What I can promise you, behind closed doors, there's a lot of craziness going on. I'm going to continue to blow the lid off it every chance I get. But that's what I'm seeing moving in to Anaheim 1, just scratching the surface. So we'll cover some more moving forward as we get closer to the race. I know a bunch of stuff's going to be uncovered leading up to it. We're one news event, one headline away from blowing the lid off of yet this industry all over again. The industry is very, very broken, but one thing that's not broken, Anaheim 1. Everything hinges on Anaheim 1. Riders are going to try to minimize, saying, oh, it's just another race. I just want to go out and feel it out and see how I do. No. Anaheim 1 is massive. Everybody knows how massive it is. Don't sugarcoat it. Just let us know. It's massive. I'm going to go out there and try to stay on two wheels. I'm going to go for the win, but I'm going to take, if it's available, I'm going to go for it. If not, I'll try to just get my best possible finish. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media link in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there. And if you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to love the next video coming into your screen. As always, thank you for your time. Don't go over the bars today. I will see you on the next video.